Have you ever felt like something inside you is still hurting, even after all these years? Do you find yourself reacting to small things with deep emotions, anger, sadness, fear, without understanding why? Do you struggle to love yourself, trust others, or feel truly at peace? If so, then your inner child is calling out for healing. Deep inside each of us lives a younger version of ourselves, the child who once felt joy, pain, love, and fear. This child is still there, carrying the emotions, memories, and experiences of the past. If your childhood was filled with love, security, and kindness, your inner child may feel safe and strong. But if you faced rejection, neglect, criticism, or trauma, that child may still be hurting, still waiting to be heard, loved, and healed. The truth is, many of us grow up without realizing that our past pain affects our present life. The way we treat ourselves, the way we form relationships, and even the way we connect to Allah are all influenced by our childhood experiences. If we were not shown love, we may struggle to love ourselves. If we were criticized too much, we may battle low self-worth. If we were ignored, we may feel invisible in the world. But here's the most important thing to know. You are not broken. You are not beyond healing. Allah created you with love, and He wants you to heal, to grow, and to step into the beautiful, strong person He destined you to be. Your past does not define you. Your faith, your choices, and your willingness to heal do. No matter how deep your wounds are, no matter how much pain you carry, Allah's mercy is greater. He can heal your heart, restore your peace, and help you love yourself again. In this video, we will explore how to heal your inner child, how to recognize your wounds, forgive your past, speak to yourself with kindness, and trust in Allah's plan for your healing. Because healing is not just about moving forward, it is about reclaiming the love, peace, and happiness that Allah always intended for you. If you are ready to start this journey, stay with us until the end. And before we begin, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to support us in spreading these important messages. 1. What is the inner child? Deep inside every person, there is a part that holds the purest emotions, the most innocent dreams, and the deepest wounds. This part is called the inner child. It is not something imaginary or made up. It is a real and powerful force within us. It carries the memories of our childhood experiences, both good and bad. It holds the laughter we once had when we played freely without fear, the curiosity we felt when we looked at the world with wonder, and sadly, it also holds the pain, the disappointments, and the fears that shaped our early years. Many people do not realize that their struggles as adults are often rooted in the experiences of their childhood. Have you ever felt unworthy of love? Do you ever feel like no matter what you do, you are never enough? These feelings do not come from nowhere. They come from a place deep within you, from a child who may have felt abandoned, unheard, or misunderstood. Sometimes we grow up in an environment where we are not encouraged to express our emotions. Maybe you were told to stop crying because it's not a big deal. Or maybe you were criticized so much that you started believing you were not good enough. The child inside you still carries those wounds, and as an adult, those wounds show up in your fears, anxieties, and the way you see yourself. But here is the beautiful truth. Allah never created you to live in pain forever. He made you strong. He made you capable, and He made you with infinite potential to heal and grow. Your past does not define you. No matter what happened in your childhood, no matter what words were spoken over you, no matter how much pain you carry, you are not broken. You are a soul that Allah created with love, and you are fully capable of healing. Healing your inner child means returning to that pure self Allah created, before the world tried to change you, before fear and pain clouded your heart. Allah created you in the best form, but life and pain sometimes take us away from that. Healing is about returning to that original purity, to that innocent child inside you who was once full of joy, love, and hope. You are not lost. You are just on a journey back to yourself. The best part? Allah is with you on this journey. He knows your pain, He sees your struggles, and He wants you to heal. This journey is not about blaming anyone or wishing for a different past. It is about reclaiming your peace, your happiness, and your connection with Allah. You owe it to yourself to heal. You deserve to live without the weight of your past holding you down. The first step is recognizing that your inner child is still there, waiting for you to acknowledge it, embrace it, and finally, set it free. 2. Signs your inner child is hurt. Sometimes we go through life feeling lost, unworthy, or disconnected without knowing why. We might struggle with trust, fear rejection, or feel an unexplained sadness deep inside. These feelings are not random. They come from the wounded inner child within us. When a child experiences emotional pain, neglect, or trauma, those wounds do not simply disappear. Instead, they stay buried in the heart, shaping the way we see ourselves and the world. A wounded inner child manifests in different ways. Maybe you always feel not good enough, no matter how much you achieve. You constantly seek approval from others, hoping that someone will finally make you feel valued. But no matter how much love or recognition you receive, you still feel empty. This happens because the wound is still there, waiting to be healed. Another sign is difficulty trusting people. If your trust was broken in childhood, maybe by a parent, a teacher, or a friend, you might struggle to open your heart to others now. You keep your distance, fearing that the moment you trust, you will be hurt again. You may also experience deep feelings of guilt or shame for things that were never your fault. Maybe you were always blamed for mistakes as a child, or you were made to feel like you were a burden. Now, as an adult, you apologize too much, even when you did nothing wrong. You carry guilt for things beyond your control, always feeling like you must prove your worth. A hurt inner child also shows up in fear of abandonment. If you were neglected, ignored, or made to feel unwanted in childhood, you might fear that people will always leave you. You cling to relationships, afraid that if you are not perfect, others will walk away. Or maybe you push people away before they get a chance to leave, just to protect yourself from the pain of rejection. One of the strongest signs of a wounded inner child is emotional numbness. You have learned to suppress your emotions for so long that now you feel nothing. Instead of facing your pain, you distract yourself through work, social media, or endless entertainment, anything to avoid sitting with your feelings. But deep down, there is a longing to be seen, to be heard, to be understood. You might not even realize that the emptiness you feel is a call from your inner child, begging to be healed. But here is the truth. You are not broken. You are not beyond healing. Your pain is real, but so is Allah's mercy. He sees the wounds inside you, even the ones no one else can see. He understands the weight you carry, and He wants to lift it off your shoulders. Your healing begins the moment you decide to listen to your inner child, to acknowledge the pain, and to trust that with Allah's help, you can heal. Allah does not want you to stay in pain. You are stronger than your past, and healing is possible. The wounds of your inner child are not a life sentence. They are simply a chapter in your story, not the end of it. You have the power to heal, to rise, and to reclaim the joy and peace that Allah created you for. 3. Forgive yourself and your past. One of the hardest things in life is letting go of the past. We carry so much pain, regret, and guilt in our hearts, sometimes without even realizing it. Maybe you made mistakes you wish you could erase. Maybe people hurt you, and their words or actions still echo in your mind. Maybe you were not treated with kindness, and you wonder why life was unfair to you. These wounds become part of us, shaping the way we see ourselves and the world. But here is the truth. You do not have to carry this pain forever. Forgiveness is not about saying that what happened was okay. It is not about ignoring the pain or pretending it never hurts. Forgiveness is about setting yourself free. It is about telling yourself, I refuse to let my past control my future. Many of us find it easier to forgive others but struggle to forgive ourselves. We hold on to guilt, thinking we do not deserve to move on. But what does Islam teach us? Allah is the most forgiving, the most merciful. If Allah, who created the entire universe, is ready to forgive you, then why are you so hard on yourself? Allah's mercy is greater than any sin, any mistake, any pain. No matter what happened in your past, you are not defined by it. You are more than your worst day. You are more than the mistakes you made when you didn't know better. You are a soul that Allah still loves, a heart that still has a chance to heal. The only thing standing between you and peace is your ability to forgive yourself. Think about a child who spills something by mistake. Would you yell at them forever? Would you keep reminding them every day about their mistake? No, you would wipe it up and move on. Then why do you treat yourself differently? Why do you keep punishing yourself for things that are already in the past? You deserve the same kindness you give to others. You deserve the same mercy that you ask from Allah. Forgiving yourself means accepting that you were doing the best you could with what you knew at the time. Maybe you made mistakes because you were hurt, lost, or struggling. Maybe you reacted in ways you now regret because you did not have the guidance or wisdom you have today. That is part of being human. We all make mistakes, but we all have the ability to grow. What matters is what you choose to do now. Do you choose to keep living in the pain of the past, or do you choose to free yourself and move forward? Allah does not want you to stay trapped in your past. He wants you to heal. He wants you to rise. He wants you to embrace the mercy He has already written for you. The moment you decide to forgive yourself, you take your first step towards peace. You are not your past. You are the person Allah is guiding towards a better future. Forgive, let go, and allow yourself to live again. 4. Talk to your inner child with love. Imagine a small child standing in front of you, afraid, lonely, and unsure. This child has been through so much pain, rejection, and disappointment. Now imagine that this child is you, the younger version of yourself. How would you speak to them? Would you be harsh? Would you criticize them? No, you wouldn't. You would comfort them. You would tell them that they are loved, that they are enough, and that they never have to feel alone again. But here's the truth. That child still lives inside you. And after years of neglect, self-doubt, and harsh self-talk, that child is still waiting for you to acknowledge them, to hold them, and to say the words they have been longing to hear. Many of us grew up in environments where we were not always shown love in the way we needed it. Maybe no one told you, "I am proud of you." Maybe no one hugged you when you felt scared. Maybe your feelings were ignored, or you were made to feel like you had to be perfect to be accepted. Over time, this created a voice inside you, a voice that repeats the same harsh words you once heard. It tells you, "I'm not good enough. I don't deserve love. I always mess things up." But that voice is a lie. It is not the truth of who you are. Allah did not create you to hate yourself. He created you with love, for love. Now, it is time to replace that harsh voice with one that is gentle, compassionate, and full of mercy, the kind of voice you would use to comfort a small child. Allah Himself has honored you. He has written dignity and worth into your existence. You are not a mistake. You are not worthless. You are a soul that Allah loves. Every time you feel self-doubt creeping in, pause and remind yourself, would I say this to a child who is hurting? If the answer is no, then don't say it to yourself either. Be patient. Healing takes time. But the moment you start speaking to yourself with love, you begin rewriting the story of your life. The past may have been painful, but your future does not have to be. Start today. Start now. Talk to your inner child the way you deserve to be spoken to all along. Let love replace fear. Let kindness replace self-hatred, and let healing begin. 5. Heal through dua. There is no pain that Allah cannot heal, no wound too deep for His mercy, and no past so broken that He cannot restore. When your heart is heavy, when your past still haunts you, and when your inner child is crying for love, turn to Allah. Dua is not just words, it is a direct connection to the one who created you, the one who knows your pain even before you speak it. Many of us carry childhood wounds that we don't know how to heal. We may have been hurt by people who were supposed to love us. We may have felt abandoned, unseen, or unworthy. But no matter what others failed to give you, Allah's love has always been enough. He has always been there, even in the moments you felt alone. He has watched over you, protected you, and waited for you to call upon Him. Now is the time. Allah is near. He is not distant. He is not unaware of your struggles. Every tear you have ever shed, every silent prayer you whispered as a child, every moment you wished for love and kindness, Allah saw it all, and He is ready to heal you if you turn to Him with an open heart. There is no right or wrong way to make dua. Speak to Allah the way a child speaks to a loving parent, with honesty, with vulnerability, and with complete trust. Tell Him everything. Tell Him about the pain, about the moments you felt unloved, about the dreams you had as a child that never came true. And then, let Him heal you. Healing is not instant. It is a journey. But when you make dua, you are not walking alone. Allah is guiding your steps, carrying your burdens, and softening your heart. So never stop asking, never stop hoping, never stop believing that with Allah, you can heal. Because you can, and you will. His mercy is greater than your pain. His love is stronger than your past, and your future, with Him, is filled with light. 6. Trust Allah's plan for your healing. Healing is not a straight path. Some days you feel strong, full of hope, and ready to move forward. Other days, the past creeps in, and the pain feels fresh again. You wonder if you will ever truly heal, if the wounds will ever close, if the sadness will ever leave. But no matter how slow the journey feels, trust that Allah is guiding you through it. We often want healing to happen instantly. We want to wake up one day and feel completely free from all pain. But healing is a process, a journey that takes time, patience, and faith. Allah knows exactly what you need, and He will heal you in the best way, at the best time. Even when you don't understand why things happen the way they did, even when the pain seems unfair, trust that Allah's plan is always greater than your suffering. Maybe the pain you went through was shaping you into someone stronger. Maybe the difficulties you faced as a child were meant to teach you lessons that will help you guide others. Maybe the people who left were not meant to stay because Allah is preparing better people for your life. Nothing happens without a purpose. Healing does not mean forgetting. It does not mean pretending that the past never happened. Healing means accepting that Allah can bring beauty out of your pain. It means knowing that your past does not define your future. It means trusting that even in your darkest moments, Allah's light is always near. So when you feel tired, when you feel like giving up, when you feel like the pain is never ending, hold on. Keep trusting, keep praying, keep believing. Allah has never left you, and He never will. Your healing is already happening. With every prayer, with every step forward, with every moment of patience, you are getting closer to the peace that Allah has written for you. One day, you will look back and realize why everything happened the way it did. One day, you will see how Allah's plan was always better than your pain. Until then, trust Him, because His love for you is greater than any suffering you have ever known. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If this video helped you in any way, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue sharing these powerful reminders. May Allah heal your heart, fill your life with peace, and guide you to a future brighter than you ever imagined.